What's up guys, Jay with Solo IGO. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Before we get started with today's Gladiator Beast deck profile, go ahead and check out that Patreon and channel memberships down below. Helps us do what we do, including doing the giveaways. Speaking of which, for the giveaways, this month we're giving out a couple boxes of the 2023 tins. So if you want to qualify for that, just like, subscribe, and answer today's question, which is, what is your favorite spell of all time? The only stipulation we're going to put on it is you can't say Pot of Greed. Otherwise, half of you will probably say that. And then, yeah, let's get straight into it. This is Gladiator Beast for the Edison format. I shit you not, this deck is maxed the fuck out, so appreciate the support from you guys and like the video. At least you guys can do it, help us out. The core is maxed out, not the staples. I don't got it like that for every deck. All right, so let's get into it. And then, tomorrow we'll have a unfiltered, uncensored, raw gameplay with Ruben and I. So that's always funny as fuck. So I literally have the Glade out still because he couldn't stop shitting himself on camera. Kept farting. So look out for that. And that's it for my potty mouth for the rest of the video. Let's get straight into it. Bestiary, Murmillo, and Retiari. That's going to be the one-ups for the deck. Bestiary is obviously limited. Murmillo and Retiari. Great cards. We play Super Poly for the hero matchups in the side deck, so you need them as waters as well as they're just great for their effects individually. We'll bring in a second Retiari for that hero matchup though, so that we have 3 waters and we have 3 proving grounds, so we have many ways of seeing it. But you know what these cards do. If you don't, just ask down below. I'll give you a full rundown of the deck. Probably do a combo video at some point, explain each card more in detail. For the 2-ofs, we're going to play 2 Laquari, 2 Darius, and 2 Equest. This is all standard right here, regardless of whether you're playing the build I'm playing, which is heavily influenced by E3, or if you're playing the like the Test Tiger Prisma build, which I also am a fan of. I just think this deck is a little more consistent because seeing Test Tiger and Prisma together often was a little rough, and each one seemed underwhelming by itself. Yeah, I probably won't go back to that build. I like this build. I like playing A-First Attack. I like having the space for other stuff. I like being able to play 17 traps. That just feels really good in GBs, so. And then for the main influence of E3, we're going to do 3-hop, Morphing Jar, and Gores. Just really, really good in this format with a lot of heroes. Hoplimus, 2100 attack, kind of a perfect match for most of the beaters in the format. Cyber Dragon, Sirocco, an opposing Laquari, Stratos. A lot of the stuff in Edison can't really get over this. It's got to be something a little bigger, like an Absolute Zero, you know, Geysera, something like that. Something that's going to come out like as the game gets rolling. This is basically a pseudo Raikou. You attack this, you have the option to pop a monster or a spell or trap. So I really like it for that. Bestiary is a little risky to bring out, but if they did the mistake of setting a card before they attacked on turn 1, you might as well go to Bestiary and pop that back row because that's on them for making that mistake. Gores, he's not super live all the time, but he's great when he is. And he's only a 1-of anyway, so the investment into him isn't that heavy. And we see what we need to see with the monsters. That's not hard to do, so Gores isn't that much extra space. He's just really good and too good not to play. Morphing Jar in a deck that plays 17 back row, like I said, that card is just insane. Especially with this right here, 3 Hoplimus. They see this, they're gonna think that this is this. There's so much psychology game going on with that. And then they see you set your whole back row. Well, guess what? That's not atypical behavior of Gladiator Beast because we play a crap ton of traps anyway, so they'll think we're just doing our thing with the back row. But really, we're just trying to get maximum value off Morphing Jaw. And nobody's playing Noble Moon of Crossout unless it's like against a Raikou deck. So yeah, namely just Lightsworn, honestly. But a lot of people aren't playing that anyways. That's it for the monsters. The rest of the deck is all spells and traps. Let's go through the spells real quick. We got 3 Gladiator Proving Ground. Card is absolutely insane. I only like 1 in the other build, but I like 3 in this one because Hoplimus just gives us such a great ability to get the snowball rolling and be more consistent in that regard, because one of the biggest issues we have is not having beaters to attack over stuff, and we just kind of lose in the that game. That's why roll oppression really hurts us. But Hoplimus gives us a chance with 2100 defense to stand up to things, and then be able to Proving Ground into Bestiary, set Bestiary, and then go into Geyseris. Just feels really nice, and that's kind of what this deck is meant to do. So 3 Book of Moon and 1 Shrink. I used to play 3 and 3, but we're cutting down for Icarus Attack for 2 of the Shrinks, which I think is just a phenomenal trade. These cards let you play around Bottomless Trap Hole, which saves your bestiary. They allow you to do what you need to do, which is attack or be attacked. Just phenomenal cards. And then 2 Smashing Ground. That's kind of like just the first card we always side out if something's a lot better. But Smashing Ground, just great in this format. Nothing wrong with it. Hit that absolute 0 so that you don't have to deal with it popping your field. Just trigger it right away. That's it for the spells. Onto the traps. We're going to go ahead and play the best one-ofs. These cards are all limited to 1. Torrential, Mirror Force, Solemn, Dust Shoot, and Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted, phenomenal with Geyseris, because Geyseris triggers anytime it's special summon, not just when it's contact fuse. We already know these are like some of the best traps in the format, namely these 2 right here. Torrential, probably the best, and then Trap Dust Shoot, just insane. I don't know how many times I draw that as a one-of. I know I shouldn't judge my niche scenarios as the rule of thumb, but that card is just phenomenal. Anybody would love to draw early in the game and resolve it. Hand Knowledge plus the Shuffle Back is just so good. For the 2, I was playing double Starlight, double Icarus, double Bottomless. Bottomless, semi-limited, you can't play more than that. Starlight Road just kind of feels good as a 2-of with 17 back row. And then 4 quick plays. 17 traps and then 4 quick plays. So you can't go wrong with that. 2 Icarus. E3 said you shouldn't be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or sorry, you shouldn't be playing Gladiator Beast if you're not playing Icarus Attack, and I kind of agree. That card's just insane. 1's not enough, 2's probably... 3's probably just way too much. 2's just where it's at. Everything is searchable, everything is summonable, so off of other stuff, so you'll find your winged beast. Being able to use a quest, add back, and then get value off a quest the next turn by popping 2 just feels insane. Or being able to summon Bestiary with no fear, because if they pop this card up, you can tribute it away for cost, and then pop their stuff and get some more value off of it. For the 3-ofs, we're playing 3 Chariot and 3 Deep Prison. Who didn't see that coming? These cards are just so good with this deck. Deep Prison, obviously, great for Stardust Dragon, which we need to out because it's just a... Geyseris can't beat over, it's only 2400. And then we literally can't do anything, so all we do is pop in this deck. We don't banish from the field. So Deep Prison, kind of just mandatory for us. Plus, we're a back row deck. We like taking stuff out anyways. And 3 War Chariot, insane card. Some builds can play 2. I would never recommend playing 1. And 3, I just really like that. So we want to see it. You can add it back off a quest too. So this card is just insane when it gets rolling. Once you see it, just don't even think twice about using it. You're going to quest that thing back anyways. All right, let's do the extra deck really quickly because while there's not too much to talk about, there is some stuff you guys need to know. So let's do that real quick. We got 3 Gladiator Beasts Geyseris. Don't play less than 2, but we have the space, so we're playing more. Heraclinos, we're playing 3. Don't play less than 1, but we're playing 3 because we have the space. Stardust Dragon, 2. You could play 3 if you want, just for filling out the spots, but we're only playing 2 because you only need 2 for Starlight Road, and I use the other ones in my other Edison decks, so I'm not going to play extra there. But yeah, and then 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, same thing. You only need 2 because we're playing 2 Cyber Dragon in the extra deck. Sorry, side deck. Just great against those machine matchups that come up every once in a while. And then 2 Absolute Zero. I need to get a 3rd one. Play a 3rd one. Because we'll play 3 Super Poly in the side deck, so you need that for those hero matchups because it allows you to take away one of their heroes plus one of your waters, which is Retiari or Murmillo, like I said. Again, also in the side deck, we play a 2nd Retiari, so that's great against the hero matchups, being able to banish the stuff they need for Miracle Fusion, as well as having another water in your deck and another one to summon off of summon Absolute Zero off of Super Poly. So, yep. All right, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Next Friday Night Duel Night, there's one upcoming. We'll be having this deck against the Lightsworn deck that was showcased a few days ago on the channel. That's going to be me and Baby Ruben playing, so be on the lookout for that. More raw, uncensored, unfiltered shenanigans. Boys being boys, so... Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.